Hi everyone, myself and Arun Kumar from SNS College of Technology in the Department of ECE. In this video, I am going to represent types of attack in network and data security. So generally, the attackers are possible to send an information to the user's address or the datas. They can get all the information by their own access. The attackers are based on passive attacks and active attacks. The passive attacks are happen based on interception, such as release of message contents or traffic analysis. And next one is active attacks. It is based on interruption, modification, and fabrication, such as replay, modification, denial of service, and masquerade. So such kind of active and passive attacks are playing most of the time for accessing a wrong information or wrong data for the users unauthorized informations. Active and passive attacks. So active attack is attempt to alter the system resources or affect their operations. Active attacks involve some modification of the data stream or recreation of the false statement. And passive is attempt to learn or make use of information from the system but does not affect the system resources. Passive attacks are in the nature of ever dropping on or monitoring of transmission. So the goal of the opponent is to obtain information is being attacked. Security attacks. So next technique is security, because sometimes if you want to access or send an information to the receiver, the based on the proper acknowledgement only we can able to send a message to the receiver. At the time, the security is one of the factors. If it is not having any security, because sometimes the user may not know about their particular security access of the user, means it just happen of attacking informations. They can get all the information including the password of the concerned users, and then they can able to transmit or send on the data without any acknowledgements. So this causes an more number of security issues. So the way of security issues happen by interruption, interception, and modification and fabrication. So interruption means this is an attack on availability of the concerned user, and interception means this is an attack on confidentiality. And modification means once the acknowledgement has been or data has been stolen by the attackers, then automatically they can modify their user's name and as well as their data. So it shows this is an attack on integrity. And next is fabrications. The fabrication is an attack of authenticity. Sometimes the users may use the same password for all kind of data. At the time the security is missing, the attackers are very much yes and very much easy to know about their password, because of they are using relevant password for every time. Now, that's why they are nowadays the banking sectors are making their password for every 2 3 months, every 2 months or 3 months. We can use it to change every time a regular passwords. An active attack, passive attack. The active means modifying the messages to sender, both sender and receiver. But in passive case, we can modify the information or changing the message only to the sender. We can't get the information by the receiver, because it's a passive method. One way of communication has been done. The next, once that receiver is received the message, means we can't able to communicate to the attacker, because the attacker themselves know about how the data has been stolen, or how to retrieve or how to change the data from the passive. And active and passive attacks. The following examples are the things is to be checked in this active and passive attack. First, attackers need to be have a control media or network. First one is about the communication media or network. Second one is it can be easily detected. It cannot be easily, because it's a passive attack. The receiver only knows. And next one is it affect the system. It does not affect the system, because active attackers are having both sender and receiver communication, but in passive only sender. Next one is it involves modification in the data, but in passive attack it involves in monitoring in data. Next one is does not check for loopless or vulnerabilities. It can be scammed and it can be checked on data for loopholes or vulnerabilities. Next one is it is very difficult to prevent the network, and for passive attack can be prevented. Next one is type of attack is replay, denial of service, modification of message. Here it is traffic analysis, release of messages content. So next one is type of passive attack: traffic control, enveloping and spraying, and packet sniffing, and wall weaving, dump driving. So these are some type of passive attacks. So the passive means the attackers themselves forwarding the data to the receiver only. They are not getting any data or forwarding data to the uh, data to the receiver side. They are attackers only available only for the senders. So from the source of sender only they can able to know all the data, because the senders are the responsible authentication person. They can have a lot of contacts with them, so that the attackers keep on watching and continuing about the users, which kind of data or which kind of sources are they can able to transmit our information to the receiver. So like that they can all watching all the data by using an email, having email not only for email traffic analysis and spying method and spoofing method. Like that all the data they can know very easily through this type of passive attacks. Once they can get the information, they can notify the user or sender informations, and then they can able to continue their own work. Characteristics of passive attacks: it is observational and covert, strength and confidentiality, information gathering. Sometimes if your bank at the bank, sometimes the GPay or phone pay are accessing the same addresses, means the attackers are keep on watching how much time, how much amount they can spend for transactions. So like that all the data they can able to know about through this passive attacks. Once they are can keep on continuing without changing any password, means they attackers are easily identify, and then they can catch the password of the concerned person, so that they can easily forwarding our data, capturing from the users. So type of active attacks: message modification, masquerade, and session attacking, denial of service, distributed denial of service, or Trojan. So denial of service means if your website is hacked by someone, means the denial of service has been happened. The denial means number domain name system has been hacked. Your particular domain name has been hacked because of some of the data are stolen by someone, means the denial of attack will be happen. And next one is Trojan, means more number of data has been forwarded from the user, means the attackers keep on watching. Once they are receiving any kind of personal information, the Trojan horse will detect the errors, and then it can be checked whether the data are received from the source. So dumpster driving. So this is the method of active, because active means both sender and receiver has been fetched the information. It is dumped to the divine system, because active method is for accessing both sender and receiver. They can easily catch all the data from both the sender and receiver, so that the data has been dumped to the system. So it is known as dumpster and divine process. Assessment. So an attacker redact an organization's DNS queries to a malicious website. Is this passive or active attack? Explain. Already we have discussed that the DNS is domain name system. Once the data has been hacked by the website, means it can be based on active attack only. Because the active attack is used for both sender and receiver side. It is known as a DNS spoofing or DNS hijacking, where the attackers actively modify the DNS responses to the redirect users to the fraudulent websites. It can lead to phishing or malware effects. And keep on monitoring the DNS traffic unusual patterns, and configure the firewalls to block the suspicious request. Thank you.